All right, it looks like you guys are getting here. Hey, Sandy, happy Hanukkah. Jackie, happy Hanukkah. Thank you guys for watching. How are you doing today? This is what we're making. All right, so while we're waiting for some people to get in here, let me just talk a little bit about the projects. The products that I used to make this project. Multitasking. Are you baking your cookies, Jackie? Did you get started? Sandy's baking too. You guys are both baking and watching me. That's awesome. All right, let me talk to you a little bit about the Stampin' Up! Products that I used to make this card while we wait for maybe some more to join us. This card features things from the holiday catalog, which is now in the year-end sales period. It's retiring, and the catalog will expire on January 3rd. And the products that I'm using are from, let's see here, the Hearts Come Home bundle, which includes the Hearts Come Home stamp set, and let's see here, Hometown Greetings Edgelit dies. When you buy these two products together, you get a 10% discount from Stampin' Up! And January 3rd, this catalog expires, and this is not going away, but it will unbundle, and you'll lose your chance to save 10% by buying them together. So I wanted to point that out to you today before I got started. And then the other thing I wanted to point out to you, it's a little tricksy, but I'm going to tell you anyways. So I used this watercolor Christmas project kit for my Christmas cards this year. I love them. They went together really easy and fast. They were beautiful. They had sequins trim and layers and this beautiful watercolor art provided by the Stampin' Up! Artists. I loved these cards and sent them to all my customers in downline this year. The kit was $20 and it made 20 cards, 5 each of the 4 designs. It is now on sale while supplies last for $16. And why I'm telling you about this is because you see in this kit, they have all your card bases and the bits cut out for you. There's the watercolor art all ready to go, sequin trim. Well, these gold envelope liners were included, but I thought they were way too heavy for envelopes. So let me show you that. So this is one of those gold envelope liners from that kit that I used to make my Christmas cards. And you can see it's really heavy paperboard, and I thought it was too much for an envelope liner, so I saved them, and I've got a bunch of gold foil paper now. That's how I see it. So not only do you get 20 great Christmas cards with this watercolor Christmas card kit, 5 each of the 4 designs, but if you're a frugal stamper like I am, you will get the card kit plus all this gold foil paper. There's 20 of these. You can't buy the gold foil paper, that much of the gold foil paper, for that price. And you get the card kit. So I just thought I'd point it out with this project. It's a phenomenal value. I mean, look at, that's a lot of gold foil paper. It was way too heavy for the envelopes. All right, so this is the project that we're making. And the products that you'll need, Stampin' Up! Products that you'll need, are Hearts Come Home, the Hometown Greetings Edgelets. These can be bundled to save 10%. And you'll also need your layering circles, framelits, dies. I've got the gold paper from the Watercolor Wonder card kit, the envelope liners. We're going to repurpose those for this card. I have some Whisper White pieces. Let me show you what I've got here. This is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and this is for cutting these little edgelet pieces. I just take the whole piece, run the edgelets in, and you'll have lots of scrap left over, but you're going to cut these edgelets in 2 pieces, and then you're going to die cut them with the circle. So I'll show you in just a minute, but you need a lot of scrap to do the little edgelet houses. For your card, you'll have a 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. It's a top fold. Then I have another layer of Whisper White, and this one is 4 by 5 1/4 to mat inside that card. See how it fits just perfectly? Sentiment piece is 4 1/4 by 3/4 of an inch. My Stampin' Pad for this project is the Stampin' Up Soft Suede. I've got this fantastic gold 1/8 inch ribbon. This is not in the holiday catalog, but it is on the year-end sales event. You can save 20% on this ribbon right now. It's down from $5 to $4, and there's 10 yards of this beautiful gold ribbon, I believe. Let's see. Of course, I can't find it on there. Yep, approximately 10 yards. So not a bad deal. Beautiful ribbon. It ties absolutely gorgeous, and it's on sale now. So if you're going to place a year-end sale order, grab some of that ribbon. It'll come in handy. I used the Softly Falling embossing folder. You can see that texture there. Here's the product. And I think that's it. Oh, wait, I forgot this one. This is a Soft Sky circle, and it's cut with the very largest smooth circle from those layering circles that I showed you. So Soft Sky and Whisper White are your cardstocks. All right, let's get started. I'm going to grab the big shot, and we're going to do some die cutting and embossing. And one more time, this is what we're making. I'm about to clear it out of the way, so all right. Now, let's get these guys over. I've got my big shot, and let's get that in here. Let's do our embossing first. So we'll have to set up the machine for embossing, which means get this thin die adapter out of there. Put down a cutting pad. I've got my 4 by 5 1/4 inch Whisper White and my Softly Falling embossing folder. I'll just tuck that right in there. And put a cutting pad on top, and we'll run it through. I just love this folder. It's very versatile. We've got a new bottle stamp set that's coming, and this would look like great little bubbles to go with the bottles, whether you made them soda bottles or beer bottles. It's snow in this case, but it's very versatile. All right, so there's our embossed piece. Let's do some die cutting now. So I've got this great big scrap of Whisper White, and I'm going to set this up for die cutting now, which means I need that thin die adapter back and cutting pad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dies from the Hometown Edgelets, and I'm going to lay them across the paper here. Now you got to remember that we're going to cut this with the circle die after, so you want enough room in between the dies to cut the circle here. So I'm going to cut both of them at one time, but I'm going to lay one across the top of the paper, and then I'm going to slide it out and lay this little smaller edgelet down lower on the paper. That way we've got enough room in between them to go in and cut them out with a little circle. All right, so let's cut these little edgelets. They're very detailed, so I'm going to go forward and back with them just to get all those little details. How's everybody doing? Are you staying warm? It's been like 20, 30, 25, 35 degrees here. I had the conversation with my son just recently that that's dangerous weather and he needs to have gloves in his pocket at all times. That's when you know it's winter. All right, so here's our edgelets. And what we'll do is we'll pull this one away and take off the little houses and trees. And look at that. See, it stays connected to the scrap. I'm going to bring in my die brush in just a minute and brush out all those little windows and such. And then this one, and this will come apart up here. Just love this edgelet. All right, let me get my circle die here. Now we're going to run each of these through with the circle now to make our little medallion. So you'll have to place your die accordingly. You want enough room down at the bottom here for this second row of edgelets to pop up. So you want to put it down nice and low. And you want to do kind of an out-of-the-box cutting technique. So you're going to lift up the little houses and slide this die behind them. Did you see that? So now this little house and this little house are outside of the cutting edge of the die. Make sense? Clear as mud? All right, now we're going to cut that guy. Try not to wiggle you guys too much. All right. And see that? So now our little houses are complete, but they're outside the box. Now, I've noticed that when I do this little outside the box, because these are so delicate, the die does emboss them, even break them a little bit because they're so thin, but you can tidy that up when you glue it to the gold foil. But look how cute that is. All right, one more time, we got to do that with the smaller edge now. Now, for me, with the smaller edge, I wanted to catch the snowman, the tree, and this little house. And so we're going to just place the circle over those items, including them in on our cut. And you want the snow to be less deep because this one is going over your back layer. So you see how deep my snow is here? You want it far less deep in the front. Oh, I lost one of my little roof lines. That's okay though, because we can fix it. All right. So now we'll just run this little guy through and get our circle shape on this one. See, there's our little snowman, tree, and house. All right, let me clear away the big shot. And like I said, you're going to have a big piece of scrap left from that 4 1/4 inch by 11 inch piece. Cut that down and use that for another project. Okay. Now I've got my die brush and the foam pad, and I'm just going kind of softly back and forth to get those little windows and details out. Do you see the tiny little doorknob? It's so cute. All right. I love this die set. Oh my goodness. And it really is good all through the winter. These little edgelets with the snowman and the houses. All right, let's do this other side. Now, I was saying before that I lost my little roof line. So we want to hold on to that, and we'll just glue it back on when we do the gold foil. But let's get out the little doors and windows and details. I love the die brush. You got to be gentle with this little piece, though. That one looks good. I'm going to use my piercer on those so I don't ruin the roof line. All right. And one more little doorknob. Oh, look at that. Found another spot. Okay, there's our little edgelets. Now, let's get these pieces out of here. Let's get my sample back in. All right. Oh no, it wasn't the little edge of the roof that I lost. It was my little chimney. Uh-oh. That's all right. We can fake that one too. Let's see. Next we're going to get some foil from the card kit and some mono multi liquid glue. And we're going to put just the littlest bit on the back of these houses. Less is more so that it doesn't ooze out from all those little openings. It'll really dull the shine on your gold paper if you get adhesive on it. So you just want to go really lightly. The other thing that I did too was after I'd put just the littlest scribble of adhesive on the back of the houses, I even blotted a little bit off on a piece of scratch paper, and that really helped me keep my gold glimmer paper or my gold foil paper really shiny. I got a piece of foam book here, and I'm just going to blot that really lightly and then bring it to my gold foil. Let's see, maybe if we use over here it'll be better. Now we can get that little roof line in check. All right, give that a second and get some glue on the back of this little house. And then again, just kind of blot off the excess. You don't need a lot of glue to hold this, and the less glue, the less dull. Now you'll see where I got a little bit of glue on the outside. It really does show on this foil paper, so less is more. Now what we'll do is just trim this away kind of rough. Now we've got just the two houses with the little gold pieces behind. Get this one out of the foil too. And we're going to save the rest of this foil and cut a big scallop circle. All right, now what you need to do here is with the edge of your scissor, you want to go just underneath the house. Don't peel it away from. You don't want to pull that glue off that you just did. But you're going to cut off the excess foil so that you don't see it around the house. And just snip it away. I'm so excited. Desi's coming home tomorrow and I get to finally put up my Christmas tree. That'll be so much fun. Starting to get the holiday spirit on a little bit. I'm wearing my Grinch sweatshirt. Put it on this morning to keep warm. After Facebook Live, we're going to try the Christmas station, see if it gets me in the... I think I got kicked off. Am I back? Had a call coming in. If I'm back, give me a little thumbs up if you see me. I'm looking at the laptop, but it's delayed. Yes, thank you. Ah, Gail, hi. Merry Christmas, Gail. I miss you. All right. I'm just trimming out my houses. This is kind of the fussy bit. I'm glad you guys are all back, though. All right. Ah, my gold shifted while I was cutting. Don't do that. Don't do what I did. Do you see that? All right, so I'm going to solve my problem. Pretty simple. I just shifted it back. I've got one little window that's not covered, so I'm going to cut it off entirely and patch it. Who does this stuff? I do on live video, and then I'll show you how to fix it. Okay, I guess that's good though, because the moral of the story is don't let your gold paper shift while you're cutting it, because then you'll have blank spots. All right, so then I'm just going to patch that in. Nobody will know from the front side. There you go. See, can't even tell that I slid it while I was cutting from the front side. Thank you, Gail. I'll pass it on to the family. You and your family too. How is everybody? I only see Facebook status once in a while. Sandy, you say I'm the fixing queen, huh? Thank you. I do like to call myself the master of deconstruction. All right, so we're cutting right along the roof line here, being careful not to cut our little delicate piece off. Was that a thumbs up for the master of deconstruction? I don't know. I saw a thumb float across as I was trimming. All right. So that's the fiddly bit right there. Got a little more gold than I'd like showing from behind that roof. Look how pretty. Are you catching the shine? It looks like it. All right, let me clear away what we don't need and get to assembling. Ooh, I didn't grab myself a trash can. That's okay. We'll just make a pile. We'll get it later. All right, this is what we're making. This is what we've done so far. And we do have one more bit of die cutting. So let me just slide these aside and grab the big shot again. Okay, big shot is in. And that piece of envelope liner. I am stretching this envelope liner to the max. I'm getting my money's worth out of it. And at $16, you can get a lot of money's worth out of that kit. 20 cards. Use the envelope liners for something else. That's my advice to you. Okay. Largest scallop circle from the layering circles. Cut with that. Look, you can see my Grinch sweatshirt. I was cold. Did you guys catch that? Oh my goodness. Never mind. Back to crafting. All right. Let's turn this the right way. I want my snow to be falling. And this is that soft sky large circle that I showed you earlier. I'm going to adhere that one to the gold with liquid glue. You can use a dry adhesive, but you want a flat adhesive here. And get those scallops even all around. Then this layer of houses with a bigger snowdrift in front. I'm going to add that one with a flat adhesive too. I like my liquid glue. I like my liquid glue so much it's almost gone. Okay, and then we'll put that one to cover up the blue, but I love how it's kind of outside the box here. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, I'm persnickety and I see a little bit of gold foil where I shouldn't see gold foil. Let me get that. There. See how the little houses cross the border of those circles? I like that. Then we need some dimensionals. I want to cut up a little bit because I want to use some on my snowman here. I love that little snowman. Is anybody else totally crazy about that, or is it just me? And use a little bit on the trees. And then we can use kind of a big one on the house and this edge along the bottom here. Okay. Now we'll line this one up along the bottom of the circle also and adhere. So now we've built our little landscape and it's nice and dimensional. See that? I love video. I can show you all these little details. All right. Well, I've still got the I just saw a heart float. Thank you. Well, I've still got the dimensionals here. Let's grab some and put them on the back of the embossed panel. We're going to get even more dimension. And then I've got the edges of these mini dimensionals. And they're pretty wide, so I'm going to kind of chop them up and use them to support the back of this card. I hate sinky cards. I use a lot of adhesive. I really do. The problem is with live, though, is now you have to see me peel all those little bits off. I can't edit it out. So we'll talk about something. Is your holiday shopping all done? I have not been very organized about mine. We played bingo here at Kitchen Table Stamper last night. Oh my goodness, we had fun. We had 11 girls here. We played a round of bingo and then crafted. We made some snowman soup and gave away some great prizes. And then we played another game of bingo. And then we crafted and made a peppermint scented candy cane ink pen little gift. Then we gave away some great prizes. Then we played bingo again. We had a whole lot of fun. All right, so those are all peeled. I'll show you the swag bag. Oh, gal, it was so much fun. This was the swag bag. Just one of the little goodies that the girls got. It's all product that's not available until January 3rd. They got the embellishments and the papers, fun little tag that can be turned into a card if they like, and one of each of this new designer series paper. And then prizes after every round of bingo. The grand prize was phenomenal. I think we had a good time. All right, so on to our project. Let's do a little stamping. I lost my greeting panel. Do you guys see it? Ah, got it. So here's our 3/4 by 4 1/4 and soft suede ink. I chose the Enjoy the Warmth of the Season greeting from Hearts Come Home. And we'll just ink that up and stamp it to the right of this banner piece. I stamped it a little high. Live videos. Stamp it a little lower this time. There's 2 sides to every paper. Ah, much better. Okay. We'll cut a little dovetail here. Get the ink pad out of the way before I end up with soft suede on my white card. And I've got a tangle going on here. You see that? Put that die back on the magnet. Okay, 1/8 inch gold ribbon. We're going to wrap the little banner piece and tie a bow. When you tie a bow, you just lift up and don't twist. Come over the top, always. And then meet middle finger to middle finger and kind of swap. You want to push that tail through. Then you get ears up, tails down every time. Hold the center and pull. You can give it a little finesse. Then you just trim it off the bolts and trim your tails. Isn't that festive? Oh my gosh, I love this card. Is it time for true confessions? I designed this card at 10:45 this morning. I'm lucky it came together, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now some fast views on the back of the gold. I just saw a face go across. I don't know what kind that was. Oh, I think I'm in rare form today. All right, we'll place our little snow scene. I don't know what that is. Maybe 1 1/4 from the bottom of the card, about 1 inch from the bottom of the embossed panel, off to the side a little bit, and burnish it down. It was a laughing face. Was it you, Sandy? Oh my goodness. All right, a little bit of dimensional adhesive on the tail end of this because it is going to hang over the side here where this is lifted up with foam tape. And then we can do a little bit of liquid adhesive or dry adhesive at the bottom of the snow. And just peel and stick. We're almost done. Not too bad for such a elegant card, huh? It went together pretty quick. All right. And there they are. Enjoy the warmth of the season. All right, let me show you these again. Hearts Come Home is the stamp set that we just used. And the edgelets are the Hometown Greeting edgelet dies. They've also got a fun little negative piece here that cuts stars out of the sky. So you'd cut out the pieces and then layer behind with some white or some silver or some gold or some glimmer, and the stars would be in the negative. And then there's this gorgeous little tag topper, so you can make tags in any length that you want. It's got a little heart cut out at the top. It's got this fun little tiny edgelet without the details, and it's the width of the tag, which I think was very well thought out by Stampin' Up. And then here's the other edgelet. It's got a gorgeous church. That's the set. These are the two edges that we used. We used this little this big neighborhood one. And then there's a smaller neighborhood one that I've officially lost in my mess. Hang on, I'm going to look for it. All right, does anybody have any questions about the project or the products or the Stampin' Up end of the year sales event? Hearts Come Home and the Hometown Edgelets are going to continue, but they are unbundling. So the 10% discount if you buy both products is going away January 3rd. The ribbons on sale until January 3rd are while supplies last, and so is that watercolor Christmas card kit. All right, if you got any questions about Stampin' Up, about kitchen table stamper classes or bingo, about this project, you can email me, marissa@kitchentablestamper.com. And I think that's it, you guys. I'm hungry. My stomach's growling. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to go get something to eat. Happy Hanukkah, girls. Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining me. And I'll catch you later.